Well, just suddenly realised the danger and swung himself back in. Eneco Tour Mondial, we've been quiet about them today, but not really a sprinter to be supported. But Katusha are showing an interest today. Well, maybe it will be Alexander Porsef and maybe Jacopo Guarnieri of the Italian for Team Katusha. Not a bad choice on a day like this, but ever increasingly I'm starting to think that this is about Lotto Soudal, and it looks to me like it will be Dernieres. Greipel is doing policing duties. It was him that was looking for space in the road to keep everyone safe, almost marshalling the approach.
Yeah, you've got they have got a couple of options there, but it's very, very difficult because when you ride for another sprinter, different sprinters like you know, different tempos, but it does look as if Greipel could be looking after the Bucherer on the right hand side. I think it's Nicholas Mace, maybe the rider from Ethics Quickstep.
Drucker yesterday was superb, and Philippe Gilbert is on nursing duties. I don't think Gilbert's going to take it himself. He'd have to go very, very long, but it is a technical run. He might have an option up towards the nose. 3.9 kilometers to go. This is where it all gets very, very twisty and rather nasty. But safest place to be is out front, and Greipel is on wingman duties at the moment, just making sure that nobody gets into the wheel or trims off his protected man, which we think is Jens Dernieres today. We'll find out in 3.7 kilometers time, just out of sight as they take yet another of these 90 degrees. There was it's a right, then a left, which they've just taken. There'll be sort of a lazy bend towards the right before another 90-degree left-hander, then a right-hander with 3 Ks to go. I know it sounds complicated, but these are the guys that have got to take it. And just trying to keep you informed as to what they're going to be up to. Big spit over to the left-hand side of the road, and that's always a danger point when you have an elevated piece of curbing such as that, and it's taken at pace. There's no doubt about the most well-marshalled team out there. They just didn't have the firepower with Greipel yesterday. But right now, it's Greipel that's just protecting everybody and taking a big view. So, Ethics Quickstep, who look motivated today for Tom Boonen, perhaps.
Yeah, this Tom Boonen, fourth in line. Stein Vandenberg is at the front on the right-hand side. Sabatini is just in front of him. Tom Boonen is the rider in fourth place. There's still a lot of red jerseys for Lotto Soudal fighting in the middle. It does look as if the rider in the red jersey for Trek Factory Racing is, in fact, Danny Van Poppel. So it does look as if Trek Factory Racing with No Zolo just in front of Van Poppel in a red jersey is trying to get looked after. A lot of pushing and barging at this moment to try and fight for position.
Lots of battling for position, and still sort of lots of hold your breath time at moments such as this. There we go. Suddenly back and onto one of the rare pieces of highway that we've dealt with today. A lot of it's been out in the suburbs, small brick-lined roads. Right now, though, it's time to go. Lampre are also involved here, and Sasha Modolo is wrestling for position. He's got Roberto Ferrari as well in the locale, but he's capable of going long and on his own. Viviani looks slightly disengaged. He went freestyle yesterday, didn't have too many lead-out men around him, and decided to reach out and go for it, and we've got some big moves going on right now.
Yeah, Yves Lampaert is the rider at the front. Tom Boonen is their man, but just look on the right-hand side. There's a crash just at the bottom of the screen by one of the Tinkoff riders there. Yeah,
it is, and that's going to hamper everybody that's been knocked out behind. So it's going to be a very select group out front, probably about 20, 25 riders, most of which, I guess, numerically, percentage-wise, are going to be made up of Lotto Soudal. We've got to get up to the front of the race. These guys are scratched and staying on the deck for the time being. It doesn't look like they're seriously injured, but we're not taking anything away from the possibility.
Well, there it is. Crash there for Matti Brescia. Matti Brescia's been riding well. A couple of stage wins in the Tour of Denmark, and came down with a bang there.
Back up front, and they're starting to skirmish for this one. Astana very much involved, and Gardini is looking low and ready to pounce. You can see Viviani as well for Sky. He's wearing the white jersey, by the way, the leader's white and red jersey. Good move as well by Katusha. Guarnieri is there, and so is Porsef, and it's Porsef that just takes on sub-duties at the moment. In fact, it's Zelik, would you believe? But now it's time to unleash and go for this. Trek Factory Racing very much involved, and here here once again. Drucker having a big old dig, very big deep indeed. And there comes Greipel. Oh, ye of little faith. He hits the front, and here comes Bonin looking determined. Porsev has a go as well, but this always had to be about Greipel from that sort of range. Diminished group may be, but take nothing away from the gorilla. He struck again.
Yeah, good bounce back. After yesterday, could have been very disappointing for him, but he bounced back, and the whole team got behind him, and that's what you need. Just a little bit blown out the cobwebs yesterday. Maybe went a little bit too early. Was maybe super confident, but a good team effort there. Pretty messy sprint, a crash in the end, but nice to see Andrei Greipel eventually win.
Greipel then timed it well, hit himself well. I suggest perhaps badged himself up as going to be a support rider today. I don't know whether he's trying to distract anybody. But there we go. This is your lead-in.
Yeah, still a long way to go, and you can see that at Ethics, just look at the bottom of the picture. It was in fact one of the top sport Flandern riders hit the barriers and took down Matti Brescio there.
Well, the open feet of the barriers here, if you're trying to overtake on the left-hand side, let's say where those barriers are, let's have a look at it. You're trying to find space. You can almost accidentally find one of the feet. Let's have a look. Yeah,
De Bucherer just leading out here. Greipel just sitting there, and Boonen absolutely nowhere to go. Drucker just moves up in the left-hand side. Here comes Nizzolo for Trek Factory Racing, but he's out in the winds, nowhere to go. You just see De Bucherer just sitting up there, but a good effort here from Katusha. Garnieri gets second. Tom Boonen gets